All right now, y'all, let's break it down like this. This is the question that I'm gonna pose to you guys today, and we're gonna break it down officially as I ask the question: who is the biggest snake, Tariq or Ghost? Now, what I have here is I have a list of the biggest snake moves that was made by Ghost within the entire OG Power series, and I also have the biggest snake moves that were done by Tariq and who he did his snake moves to over the course of both OG Power and Book 2 Ghost. And by the end of this video, we will also find out that both Tariq and Ghost, their biggest moments of betrayal, ... they're connected in some way. And some of you guys may already know this, some of you guys may not. You gotta stay until the end of the video for us to break this down. But we're about to find out who is the bigger snake, Tariq or Ghost. Let's break it down like this. So let's start out with Ghost. Number one, is Ghost a snake for telling Tariq he would take the charge for Ray Ray's death and then not doing so? Also, I also want to say, sidebar, if you guys can remember any other snake moves by Ghost or Tariq that I left out of this video, let me know in the comment section. We'll talk about it there. But is Ghost a snake for telling Tariq he would take the charge for Ray Ray's death? Personally, I say that he handled it in a way that Tariq wouldn't like, but I felt like it was the wisest decision for Ghost to make. For the fact that Ghost was the breadwinner, Ghost was the head of the household. Tariq went and caught a body that he never had to catch. That's him. Wanting to be the man, wanting to stick his neck out there. Ghost and Tommy would have handled that situation way more clean. I personally do not feel like this is a snake move by Ghost, but some of you in the comment section, some of you watching this video and listening to this video, y'all may feel that way. So let's move on to number two. Now at number two of Ghost's biggest snake moves, constantly withholding information from Tommy over the course of the entire OG Power series, okay? When Tommy is supposed to be not only his best friend, not only his brother, but as far as business goes, his partner, right? Now, people say Tommy was Ghost number two, but Tommy never viewed it that way. Tommy viewed him and Ghost as equal partners within the business, okay? Now, this right here is gonna leak into some more of Ghost's biggest snake moments as we go further into the list. But that already there at number two includes all the minor things that are not going to be mentioned in this list, okay? But now, number three, empowering Dre in ways that Tommy would disagree with. And we all see what was the result of Ghost empowering Dre in the first place. We see where that led. We know the scene where Ghost and Tommy, they're about to be in the face-off, and Dre put the gun to Tommy in defense of Ghost. We all know. And then we all know how that went. And we all know that Dre ended up getting cooked in the cell by the end of the series, right? But that's number three. Number four of the biggest snake moves Ghost and Tariq made as we break down once and for all who's the bigger snake, okay? Number four would be Ghost trying to get Tommy to leave Holly, or trying to get Holly to leave Tommy and being manipulative about it. For example, when Ghost gave Holly that money and told Holly to leave, okay? Of course, Tommy wasn't going for that. Tommy was very much in love, okay? So that's number four. Now, number five, less of a statement, more of a question, right? Because this is like a double-edged sword. This depends on whether you a man or woman and your views of the situation, whether you consider marital affairs to be counted as snake moves or not. But for number 5, we have Ghost cheating on Tasha with Angela. Does that count as being a snake? Is this worthy of being on the list? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Moving on to number 6. Is Ghost a snake for snitching on Tasha over the daycare? I personally say Ghost is a rat for that, obviously. But is he a snake? Not necessarily. I wouldn't say he's a snake because him and Tasha were not together. And Ghost said, why are you selling drugs and then you got my son involved in your drug business? Now, if Tariq ain't have nothing to do with it, Ghost would have let it rock, right? No matter how much of a not perfect dad Ghost was, no one can debate the fact that Ghost still always wanted the best for his children, right? Even if it required him snitching on Tasha and getting Tasha out of the way. But I pose this question for you guys. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Is he a snake for snitching on Tasha over the daycare? Next, we got number 7. Ghost, along with the aid of Tasha or the influence of Tasha, betraying Kanan, busting out his taillights and having him arrested, which sent him to prison for 10 years. Thus, prematurely starting the whole OG Power series, okay? That led to a domino effect that leads to everything that we know now. Like, in a sense, we could say, right? Tasha had an aid in the destruction of her whole family, ultimately. Ghost, of course, because Ghost was the man, the leader of the family. But that decision is what ultimately led to Ghost's supposed death and everything that's going on right now within the Power timeline. But to me, betraying Kanan was Ghost's biggest snake move known to the OG Power universe. Do you agree or disagree, guys? Let me know in the comment section. Next, at number 8, okay? And after this, we have one more before we get into Tariq's biggest snake moves. But at number 8, we have Ghost manipulating Tommy to kill his own father. Now, Tony Teresi definitely was a rat. He definitely at the beginning had all intentions on snitching on both Tommy and Ghost. But as he got to know Tommy, he decided, hey, I still got to give up somebody, so I'll give up Ghost instead. Now, if we want to be technical, if Tony would have told Tommy, like, yo, listen, I'm not going to snitch on you, but I am a rat and I'm going to snitch on Ghost, Tommy would have killed his father anyway. But just the way Ghost handled it and the fact that when Tony was finally dead, it seemed like he had no intentions on telling on Tommy at all. That's why Tommy ultimately ended up trying to kill Ghost and killed Angela Baze Blah. But it still was a snake move because he manipulated Tommy in a sense. And being that we're going to get into seeing young Ghost and Tommy possibly at the end of the Raising Kanan series and into Power Origins, we're going to start seeing what's going on. We're going to see many times where Ghost is going to manipulate Tommy, which is going to make us understand why at the final point, after he realized Ghost got him to kill his own father, Tommy had enough and he said, I'm going to kill Ghost. Right? That's number 8. And now number 9, okay? Ghost possibly killing his own father in the 90s. If that really happened, because they trying to say, hey, it was Breeze and some goons, or it was some goons, this, that, and the third. If Ghost killed his own father, this betrayal, this snake move is equal or greater to him betraying Kanan and having Kanan go to prison for 10 years, okay? Now, that's Ghost. Remember all the facts we just said as we move into Tariq in OG Power before we do Tariq in Book 2 Ghost. And we're gonna break down all of his biggest snake moves, okay? Now, obviously, if you watch the entire OG Power series and the entire Book 2 Ghost series, as I'm assuming everyone watching this video and listening to this audio did, then we already know that Tariq's biggest betrayals are in OG Power. The question I want to pose for number one, stealing Angela's gun and taking it to school and getting caught. Is Tariq a snake for that, or is he just a dumb kid? I lean more on the he's a dumb kid, but y'all let me know what y'all think. Number two, arranging the fake and then real kidnapping of himself by Vincent in order to rob Ghost of $2 million, which of course did not work out in Tariq's benefit at the end. But that is a major snake move. Like father, like son. Like son, like father, huh? Number three, Tariq realizing who Kanan really is, understanding that his father betrayed Kanan and that Kanan wants to fuck over Ghost and Tommy, right? Tommy being a casualty of war, even though he didn't know what Ghost did, right? By the way, we can add that to another form of betrayal in the Ghost list, which is Ghost betraying Kanan and never telling Tommy, right? But anyways, Tariq realizing who Kanan really is, realizing that he wants to cause harm to his own father and still rocking with him in any form of fashion. That is a betrayal. Number four, setting Kanan up to be arrested, ultimately leading to his death. Also, did Tariq partly agree to set Kanan up in order to get control over his drugs as well? Right? We gotta include that in there because he knew Kanan gone, jail or dead, I get his drugs. I know where it's at. Kanan trusted me and told me where this is at, right? That is Tariq's biggest betrayal within both OG Power and Power Book 2 Ghost, all right? And hence, I want to say right here that if you haven't noticed, both Tariq and Ghost's biggest known betrayal that we have verification of is betraying Kanan Stark. You understand? Kanan would have lasted way longer in these streets. Kanan would have lived longer, had a lot less heartache if he never involved himself with any St. Patrick. But that's number four. Going into number five, stealing work from Tommy, which led to Tommy hanging him from a roof. That's a snake move because that is your Uncle Tommy. Why you robbing him for? Neither of them want you in the game. You mad. You arranging robberies. You doing too much, right? You stealing work. You doing too much. Now, these were the times where everybody hated Tariq. Everybody hated Tariq. Like, we all remember those times, them OG Power times. That's all everybody was talking about on Facebook and Instagram. I hate Tariq. Tariq's a dummy. Tariq's a dummy. He needs to die. He needs to go to jail. He needs to be sent away, right? We all remember those times, right? But let's move on to number 6. Tariq allowing Tommy in Ghost's house to kill Joe Proctor, knowing that his Uncle Tommy and Ghost were not getting along. And of course, yes, he owed Tommy at the time, but come on. Come on now. And of course, that led to the infamous scene with Ghost waking Tariq up in the bed with a gun to his face. You know, when he was talking about how, hey, listen, if you were not my son, you would have died sooner. This is a clear betrayal. And then Tariq is like, hey, you're not going to kill me. I'm your son. And then Ghost was like, oh, I'm sorry, officer. After the death of his sister, my son just started taking drugs, he didn't know how to handle it, and he killed himself. And then it led to probably the top 2 or 3 most savage lines in OG Power history, which is, keep thinking you're smarter than me. Don't ever make that mistake again, son. We know that, right? Clear betrayal of Tariq, right? Clear betrayal of Tariq. And now we have the final known betrayal of this OG Power list of Tariq before we get into his betrayals in Power Book 2 Ghost, which is Tariq assumingly killing Ghost. Even though Ghost always wanted the best for him. Always wanted the best for him. Always, by the way, Tariq knew Ghost always wanted the best for him, and he knew, but he still wanted to be who he was. And as I'm saying this right now, we could also add another point to the Ghost section of this earlier in the video, because now I'm remembering when Tariq was questioning Ghost about Breeze. So depending on how we see that go down, the betrayal of Breeze by the hands of Ghost, we can add that to his list of betrayals as well as far as Ghost. But now let's go into Tariq in Book 2 Ghost and his betrayals. Now I'm already going to say that I think that Tariq learned his lesson in a way as far as how much he's going to betray someone and his loyalty level. I think his loyalty level increased as far as the people around him, even though he had a couple snaky moments. But overall, Tariq got snaked more than he did the snaking in OG Power. As I only have 3 snake moments of note that I could think of. And if you guys have any more, let me know in the comment section. But the first one I have is Tariq getting Brayden into that fight with his drug competitor in season 1 for the simple fact that Brayden did not know what was going on. Tariq realized it was competition and he set up Brayden to get into a fight like Brayden was his crash dummy, right? Tariq, he understands the value that Brayden has to him. That's why he hasn't killed him. That's why he hasn't fully cut him off. But he doesn't appreciate Brayden for who he is because he thinks of it in a way as, you're not always doing what I want you to do, and you're not perfect in this game, right? Which he gotta give Brayden a little bit of grace because Brayden is still very green. But number 2, we have Tariq constantly withholding information behind Brayden's back like his father did Tommy. Making deals without Brayden knowing, etc., etc., etc. We know from the last season of from the previous episodes, from the very last season of Book 2 Ghost, where Brayden just wants to be included. He wants to feel like a partner. He's saying, hey, no secrets, no secrets, no secrets. Let me know what's going on. And Tariq saying, okay, no secrets, and then keeping secrets, right? Tariq is a bitch ass nigga for that, right? And finally, we have Tariq getting the blackface photo from the Western Family photo album against Brayden's wishes. Brayden did not like that. He understood why Tariq would do it. He let it roll. He accepted it for what it was, but he didn't like it. He didn't like it, all right? As it makes his family look a certain type of way. And that politician's name was, I think, Sweeney? Eric Sweeney or something like that? Or is that a real politician? I don't know. I smoke a lot of weed. But as you see here now, I have stated all the biggest snake moments that I could think of. The most notable snake moments from OG Power, which includes both Ghost and Tariq, as well as the snake movements that Tariq made over the course of Book 2 Ghost, okay? And now we have enough information, right, to make an assessment of who really is the bigger snake. And I'm telling y'all right now, it's definitely James St. Patrick. Now, Tariq is still young. He probably got a whole lot more betraying to do, right? Right? Where it stands with Brayden right now, We're gonna see Braden poke his chest out more at Tariq in the future. We're gonna see it. And we might have the writers think that Braden is always gonna be around, only to see Tariq put a bullet in his face at some point. We may really see that. It's a lot of things we need to see. It's a lot more betrayal that we're gonna see from Tariq. But where it stands right now, Ghost is the bigger snake in the series. Possibly the biggest snake in the entire Power series. Even though he's the best character, even though he's everybody's favorite character. Y'all let me know what y'all think though. I say it's Ghost. Let me know if y'all think it's Tariq. Let me know if I missed any more major snake moments from either of them over the past 10 years. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.
Can't teach that shit, nigga. Come on. That's God gifted. That's touched by an angel. That's on the dome, nigga.